About the video from the island.
Oh, sorry. So you're talking about two different things.
Yes. Sorry.
So again, we're going to give you everything we can. And people have to remember, we're not going to re-victimize women. We're not going to put that shit back out there. It's not happening because then he wins. Not doing it. You want to hate me for it? Fine. Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
So all these years that you've been talking about Bill Gates and Bill Clinton and all of your political opponents who are definitely in the Epstein files, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are. These are not good people. So for years you told us all about these people. For years you were pushing the government, release these files. The public has a right to know when Biden's president. Now that Trump's president, we don't want to release the files because we don't want to injure the women. You weren't worried about injuring them when Biden is president. When Trump is president, now you're, the women, we got to protect women. What? Is he woke?
If you have access to it.
If I have it, period.
Right.
If I have it.
So.
Where else would it be?
Right. If you have it.
Right.
But you can't say that you have it.
No, we're giving you everything we have.
So far.
Everything we have so far is
Have you guys gone over all the video that's available?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what takes so much damn time. But the problem is there's been like 15 years of people coming in and creating fictions about this that doesn't exist. Where's the videotape of an Epstein Island of X, Y, and Z committing these frauds? Why haven't you?
Were you one of these people presenting this so-called fiction? Because I thought you were part of a movement that was definitely all Epstein. We gotta get the Epstein, release the files. Weren't you one of those people? You saw they just flip when Biden's president, get the files out, files. They're covering it up. The deep state. Now you're the fucking deep state. Now protect women, and it's a lot of video. It's a lot of work. And look, if I had something, I would put it out there. The cognitive dissonance. If you don't have anything to put out there, that means all of your attacks on the Democrats were bogus. Well, we know that's not true. We know that Clinton and Bill Gates are probably in there. So we know you're lying about that, right? There is some damning stuff in there, which would make sense why Trump is so hesitant to release the files. When you ask him, he gets all uncomfortable, starts squirming around. Well, yeah, I guess. Now he's in charge. He has full control. He has the heads of all these departments are work for him, and they're yes men and women. They'll do whatever Trump asks. If Trump wanted to, all the files would be out, but yet Trump is holding it back. And Patel is basically one of Trump's henchmen. So you're not going to be releasing it. You're not going to go against Trump. If Trump doesn't want the files out, they're not coming out. Right? Don't play us for fools. We see how you guys let Trump do whatever he wants to do. You're like, oh, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And then you go into meetings like, oh, Trump, and by the way, you've been so great, and we really love your leadership. We see what you guys are doing. So don't play games and act like you would defy Trump and do something he don't want to do. We're only going to get what Trump wants us to get, right? So if you do have some damning files, which you would, unless you've been lying all these years, but if you do have some damning files, it's not coming out unless Trump wants it to be out, and Trump doesn't want it to be out. And now you want to insult American conservatives and play stupid. Now we're going to talk about Joe Rogan in a second, who is basically mainstream media now.
Do you really think I wouldn't give that to you if it existed? I'm working my ass off along with the leadership at the Bureau and DOJ to get you what we're allowed to give you. And you're going to get the video of the cell and you're going to see for yourself. And we will never be able to convince everyone.
Trying to find the...
I want to be very clear on what we are watching right here, right now. We're watching Joe Rogan, an accomplice in protecting one of the biggest sexual predators that the world has ever known. That's what we're watching. Make no mistake. Right? Joe Rogan may not be the smartest person in the world, but he's smart enough to know that this is BS. And if you don't believe me, just imagine the roles being reversed. Imagine he was interviewing someone like Nancy Pelosi. Right? let's say Biden ran and won, and he's in office, right? Previously, Biden was saying he's going to release these Epstein files, right? They made a big fuss about, we got to get these files out. The public has a right to know, right? Elect me so we can get these files out. Joe Biden wins. He's president right now. Pelosi is a top level in his administration. And she's on this show, right? And full context. Months ago, Joe Biden did some supposed release of information. And he had a bunch of influencers. He had like Brian Tyler Cohen, that crazy Canadian guy. Crazy Canadian guy who every video was Trump, 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 Trump. Not even an American. He gets to go to the White House. And all these like partisan left-wingers. They invite them to the White House, give them a bunch of binders with a bunch of information we already had. So pretending as if they're releasing stuff and they're not. Like, why would they be playing games? Like, imagine Joe Biden playing games like this, like insulting the intelligence of the American people, right? And then imagine Joe Rogan has on his show Nancy Pelosi, who claims that she has the files, but she's got to go through it, and it's not what you think, it's not as bad as you think, and people making up stories. Joe Biden, I'll release it. Well, imagine Joe Rogan sitting there and be like, oh, so would you release it if you had it? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah. And I don't know why, Elon is saying stuff about Trump and Epstein. Why would he say something like that? Like, does he have any evidence? He doesn't have any evidence. Imagine if the roles were reversed. You think Joe Rogan will be doing that? This is mainstream media. Think about this. Let me tell you how mainstream media this is. Mainstream media is literally doing a version of that right now. Even though they pander to liberals and people more left-leaning, even though they pander to that ideology and to the Democratic Party to some degree for profit reasons, not for ideological reasons, but regardless, we know they're in that camp, right? So being that Trump is in charge, they should be all about, like, let's get the Epstein stuff out. But meanwhile, when you watch CNN talk about this, a lot of times they don't even want to say his name. They will just say, Elon smearing Trump or putting out salacious stories. They are censoring even mentioning the name of Elon Musk. Even when you would think it would be advantageous for them to right now, lean in hard. Let's do an expose on everything we know about Epstein, right? Think about that. Even mainstream media now, who should be incentivized to be, all in on this, they dancing around, right? That's what he's doing. Like, he's operating like mainstream media to an even higher degree, right? You have a government official and you're interviewing them. We have enough evidence to see that there's clearly a cover-up. We have evidence that Trump very likely was on that island doing some garbage things. He has a track record of being a sexual predator. We listen to his own words, his own conduct, what he was convicted of, all the accusations, and we're unable to say, oh, it's just all made up. It's a bunch of women looking for money and whatever. It's too much evidence. And again, if we had the exact same evidence about Joe Biden, right, then it would be solid evidence. But because it's evidence against Trump, I said, me too, women, they just want money and they lie. They hate Trump, and Trump and said, you get one story about anything like this for Joe Biden. Oh, that's definitely legit. And why would the person say that? Because they're going to be attacked and it's a risk to their life. They're risking their lives to come out and tell the truth about Joe Biden and how sick and disgusting he is. Right? That's what we'll be hearing from Joe Rogan. But instead, he's acting like mainstream media. We have to protect power. We have to protect the government. The government doesn't want the Epstein files to go out. I can see this clearly. So I'm going to do what mainstream media would do. Right? I can't be seen as totally, I'm just totally, covering up for the government. I got to go through the motions as if I'm challenging this, right? So you have the files? Oh, okay. And then if you had access to the files, right? I got to make it look like I'm kind of giving some pushback. But ultimately, I'm not really pushing back, right? I'm toning it down, unlike I would if this was Joe Biden. Right? If it's a Democrat, then it'll be okay to go all in. But because it's Trump, and because deep down inside, Joe Rogan probably knows Trump is a sick individual, and he probably knows that Trump is in those files, just like Clinton's probably in those files, just like Bill Gates is probably in those files, right? Notice how I got no respect for any of these elites. I'm not out here caping for them. I'm not here trying to make excuses for them. I'm not trying to be like, oh, the Republicans, yeah, they're all guilty because I don't like Republicans. I don't give a rat's ass whether you blue or red. If you want some bullshit, I'm going to call it out. I don't have time to be worried about protecting billionaires. I have to worry about myself, being able to pay my bills. I got to worry about health care. I got to worry about housing. I got to worry about surviving. The last thing I have time to do is to spend any energy defending billionaires. Right? Don't give a rat's ass about Bill Gates. Bill Gates gonna be all right. Elon Musk gonna be all right. Joe Biden gonna be all right. Fuck all of them. That's me as an independent person speaking. This is Joe Rogan as a mainstream media establishment podcast. He is basically an arm of the government at this point, making MSNBC look like real journalism. Because even MSNBC went in on Joe Biden regarding Tara Reid. Right? But the biggest scandal of the century, and Joe Rogan has the guy to talk to about it. And he's going to sit there like, well, and you have the files, and well, yeah, okay. I don't know why Elon is being so mean. How much more deep state, establishment, mainstream media can you be? This is how up is down, down is up in America. Somebody like Joe Rogan, an establishment, elite, mainstream media, establishment media, government propaganda media, like him, could be seen as an outsider, and he's challenging the system, and he's against the establishment, and da-da-da-da. Every other day he got another billionaire on the show, and the billionaire is allowed to say whatever. Think about it for a second. If I were a corrupt billionaire, there's a good chance I could get on his show. Right? Imagine I'm a corrupt insurance company. Right? And I know a lot of people are dead because of my greed. And it's being called out in the media. I'm fairly confident that being an elite like Joe Rogan, I could get access to him, right? Use my money to pay off whoever to get in his ear and set it up, right? Gas him up and say, I really love your show, Joe Rogan. You're really smart. I like how you're not afraid to tell like it is. And, people trying to say you're a right-winger, but I see you challenging both sides, and I like that, right? I say that, and he'd be like, yeah, come on in, right? I'm highly confident I could get on that show as a corrupt billionaire that's killing people for profit. And I could go on there and protect my reputation by just saying whatever, and he would allow me. I go on there like, yeah, and you get all these woke liberals and these radical left. A lot of these guys they're Marxists. You know, a lot of people don't notice, but I've done some reading and such and such, and they're actually Marxists. All of this stuff, this ideology, if you extrapolate from what they're saying and you do a deep level analysis, the nexus between the rhetoric and the Marxist ideology, it's very apparent. And now they come in and attacking me, and you know what that's really about, right? Because I've been vocal about my support for Donald Trump. And, anybody who attacks Donald Trump is evil and this and that. And that's what it is, right? And then they're making up these stories. Listen, man, the reality is my company has helped more lives than any other insurance company. And actually, our rates are cheaper. Our healthcare results are cheaper. Our clients are living longer than most other. Like, I'm making all that up, right? I'm making all that up. And Joe Rogan be like, oh, wow, that's good. I didn't even know that. Yeah, and I keep hearing these leftists saying this stuff. And you see, you can't believe everything you hear, right? I'm glad that you came on here to elaborate and clarify. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, Joe Rogan. Yeah, man. We listen, we love our clients. I started this business, let me tell you a little story. So, when I was a little boy, my mother was a this and that, and, this, and then she was homeless, and this and that, and I did some things, and I was a paper boy, and yeah, and I started out of my van, and I had late nights and hard hours, and I hustled, I grind, and it wasn't all easy. I had a tough time, but I hustled, and I worked, and I built myself up, and this, that, and I had a vision. I said, I saw people getting sick, and I said, I want to help people. And that's what it's all about. That's the mission. That's what my company is all about. We want to help our customers. We want the best health. We want people to live long and healthy lives. And we care about longevity and safety and the American dream and patriotism. And we love America and we love you. And we love everybody. We love, love, love. Can we all get along? We are the world. We are the people. Joe Rogan. Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad I had you on, man. Thanks for coming, man. No pushback. You're mainstream media, man. You're an establishment mainstream media propagandist, and your job right now is to protect the government, to push their message out, and when things look bad, help them to cover it up. Oh, the Epstein? Oh, what's happening? Oh, so you don't have any... Oh, so it's actually all made up. Okay. Wow, I actually thought such and such. But thanks, Patel, for coming and clearing things up, God damn. Visit the Baby channel, debate in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well!